Hello students, welcome back to another video. This is the continuation of microorganisms, friends or foe, part 2. So today's topic is what you eat. Why? Because whenever you eat some food and if by mistake it gets contaminated by any kind of microorganisms, then you know what will happen? Yes, you will get food poisoning. Now, food poisoning is not at all good for our health because one of the most important thing that food poisoning can cause is it can cause us severe stomach pain. In most cases or in the severe cases, it can cause death. So if the microorganisms contaminate our food, then it will cause food poisoning. So what should we do? So in those cases, we have to preserve our food. So, are there techniques to preserve the food? Yes, there are many techniques in which we can preserve our food, even at our home. And basically, we are doing this from a long time. So, let's see some of the techniques what we can use to preserve the food. First is drying or dehydration. So, it refers to the process of removal of water from the food materials. Why? Because microorganisms cannot grow if there is no moisture. As a result of which, if we use this drying or dehydration method, then we can stop the growth of microorganisms. Now, this is a very common technique which we can use to preserve our vegetables, rice, fruits, dry fruits, etc. Next comes special preservatives. Now, you must have heard that in most of the foods, preservatives are used. Why? So that it could stop the growth of microbes. So some common preservatives are sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite. Okay, they're usually used in the pickles or jams or squashes. They're very well used in order to stop the growth of microorganisms. Third is preservation by common salt. You must have seen in your home that salt has been used for preserving the meat, fish, and all those things. Yes, it is also a preservation technique. Similarly, we can also preserve by sugar because sugar reduces the moisture content, thereby it can also reduce the growth of bacteria. Next, preservation by vinegar. Vinegar is something which is very common and it is also found in our households. So vinegar is one of the most common ingredient which is used in pickles because it also helps to stop the growth of bacteria. Bacteria cannot survive in such environment. The most commonly they are being used to preserve vegetables, fruits, fish, meat, etc. Next comes preservation by oil. This is also very common because in our home, our grandmother, when she's preparing the pickles, she must be using oil. So, because oil will save it from getting spoiled, it will stop the growth of fungus or bacteria. Next, we have the hot and cold techniques. So, many of the microorganisms can be killed if we boil the substituent or we can refrigerate because high temperature and low temperatures, both of them are not good for the growth of microbes. Hence, we can save our food like that. Next is pasteurization. Now, pasteurization is a very important technique to preserve the milk. It was being called pasteurization by Louis Pasteur, who discovered the process. So basically what happens here? Here milk is being heated to around 70 degrees C for 15 to 30 degrees seconds. And then it is quickly cooled to a very low temperature. So then the milk is getting refrigerated. Because pasteurized milk is free from harmful microbes, it can be consumed without being boiled. Now, these milks, they won't get spoiled. Why? Because it has been pasteurized. Hence, pasteurization is very, very important and an effective method to preserve milk. Next, we have vacuum packing. So, vacuum packing, if you see these dry fruits, they're actually vacuum packed. Why? Because in this vacuum environment, the bacteria cannot grow because they don't have enough oxygen for their survival. Therefore, it will slow the spoiling process. Vacuum packing is most commonly used to store nuts. You must have seen this in the stores. Okay, because in this case, if you keep it like this, it will reduce the loss of their flavor caused due to the oxidation method. So these are all the methods in which we can preserve the food. I hope you liked the video. Please let us know in the comment if you have any doubt. Thank you. Bye-bye.